Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is filter function in PySpark. So this video mainly targets on to discuss basics about filter condition in PySpark and what are the different syntaxes we can use in this filter condition. So this whole thing I'm going to discuss about only the syntax, not with code. So this is my first video to discuss on different filter syntaxes. So in coming videos, I'm going to make separate videos on each filter condition. So first PySpark's filter function. So we used to filter the rows from data frame based on the given condition or SQL expression. So that means in filter condition, whether we can write PySpark code or SQL expression we can write. Suppose if you're coming from an SQL background, so you can use where class instead of the filter. So in PySpark, both the functions are available, filter and where. So generally people use filter function. And if you are from SQL background, you can use where function also. So both are same. So both these functions operate exactly the same. And if you see the syntax, df.filter, and inside that you need to give the condition. Similar way, df.where, inside you need to give the filter condition. So here df is the PySpark data frame and condition is the filter condition which we want to implement on. So today we are going to discuss about syntax on these conditions mainly. So what are the different conditions we can pass here? So here I'm showing some basic examples like what are the different operations we can write inside this condition. So one is greater than. So greater than, how we can represent here inside filter condition is we need to mention any one of the column name. So for which column we want to do the filter. So column name is greater than 18. So that means I want to filter out the values, the age values, which are all greater than 18. So if I give the condition, it will filter only the values which are greater than 18. And one more condition is equal. So from this city column, I want to pick only the city is Bangalore. So here I'm giving equal. So two equals we need to provide here. And one more option is between. So between is for this particular column, I'm giving dot between, and inside between I'm providing starting and ending date. So this way mainly when we can use this one is, suppose you want, if you want to filter the your target table, suppose from last 6 months data you want to filter out. So then you can use this option between, and you can mention uh, the dates here. Suppose here I want to filter the records of last year records. That is 2025 January 1st to 2025 December 31st. And null operation. So null operation, how we can use it is null. So for that particular column, we had to mention like dot is null. And one more is in condition. So for any particular column, we can use dot is in. And one more is multiple. So that means inside filter, you can write multiple conditions. So there you can use these three different kind of conditions. One is and, and one more is or, and one more is not equal. So generally, uh, in filter condition, if you are going to represent with multiple conditions, so between multiple conditions, you can write either and or not equal. And we see few more filtering methods here. Suppose if I'm using is in, so what it represents is filters for rows where a column's value is in a given list of values. So that means, so this is my data frame, df.filter. I'm using filter function here. So what I want to filter is df of department. So in this data frame, this department column, I want to filter out only HR and finance departments. So for that I given is in. So this is equivalent to SQL thing in operator. So dot is in. So I want to filter only HR and finance departments. And is null. Select rows where a column has null value. So suppose if you have data frame, you want to filter out the null values from your data frame. So df.filter, and inside that, what is this condition is in my age column, I want to filter only null values. So that is null. Suppose if you don't want null values, the, that means you want only non-null values, then you can write instead of is null, you can write dot is not null values. So next condition is starts with. Suppose you want to filter the string columns that starts with a specific substring. Suppose I have name column. So df.filter. So my condition is this one. What is this my condition? So in my name column, I want to filter the rows. So the names which are starts with capital A. So it filters only those records. And next is ends with. So filters string columns that end with a specific substring. So that means df.filter. So inside condition is df of name dot ends with sun. So that means in your name value, the name should ends with these three characters son, and one more is like. So it filters using simple SQL wildcards. Example, underscore for single character and percent for multiple. So df.filter, suppose this is my column, df.name, and here I'm giving dot like, and inside that I'm providing a. So that means starting letter is a, and I'm giving percent. So that means after this capital A, it can be anything. So I want to filter those kind of rows. And this is similar to SQL like function. And one more is R like. So filters using a regular expression for complex pattern matching. So here what I'm doing, my condition is df of name or like sun. So it filters only these uh, characters. And one more is contains. So checks if a column's string value contains a specified substring. So here my condition is, so df dot location in this particular column dot contains google.com. So suppose in this particular column, if I have google.com, then it will filter only those things. So now we saw how many different functions we can use within filter. See here, everything starts with a df.filter, and inside filter, we need to write the conditions. So in those conditions, we can use these many functions. So first, one more thing we'll see, filtering with PySpark. So we'll see how we can write the code by using PySpark code and SQL code as conditions. Okay, so df.filter will be same, and whatever we write condition inside, that we can write either in PySpark or SQL. So first we'll see with PySpark. So filter using a column condition. So that means df.filter. And inside that, my condition is df of age greater than 30. That means my age column, I want to filter only the records which are greater than 30 and filter using the alias where. So that means, as I told initial, instead of filter, we can use where also. So only difference is you replace with where. You replace filter with where. So remaining all same. And filtering with SQL queries. So for users more comfortable with SQL syntax, you can register a data frame as a temporary view and run SQL queries. So what we can do is, so we'll be having data frame in PySpark. So if you want to write the SQL queries, first we need to create the view on top of that. That means a temporary view, we need to create it. How we can create it is df dot create or replace temporary view, and my view name is employees. So create or replace, this is fine. So that means if you give only create, first time it will create. Whenever you rerun the code again, it will throw error. So for that, it is given create or replace. That means if already it is available, then it will replace. And this temp view, so we have two types of views in PySpark. One is temp view and global view. Temp view means it is applicable only this particular notebook. And if you use global view, you can access in other notebooks also. So here I'm using create or replace temp view, and my view name is this one. So now what I'm doing, filter using and SQL expression string. So SQL expression string, as I told, df.filter will be same, and inside that we need to write the SQL code. So how we can write, starting and ending with a double quote, and here we need to write the SQL condition, that is age is greater than 30. But if you see here, how we'll write here, call of age is greater than 30, and you just compare this and this. And one more is SQL query to filter rows with milk. So that means in SQL, spark.sql. So in Databricks, we have two things. One is SQL, we can use it in particular cell, we can use %SQL, or one more is we have Spark SQL. So first we need to write spark.sql, and inside that within triple quotes, we need to write the SQL code. So what I'm doing, select star from transactions. This is my table name, where description like what I given, what we need here is with milk. So starting and ending percent I'm giving, in in between I'm giving with milk. That means in my description with milk is compulsory, and starting and ending should have anything. Next one is use SQL query for filtering. So same spark.sql, and inside that select star from employees. Select star from employees, that means from this table where age is greater than 30. Okay, so here I given here I used both PySpark and SQL code. So here I'm using Spark SQL code. Okay, so different ways we can write the code syntax for filtering. And basic filtering, that means using filter and where methods. So in PySpark, df.filter, so df.age greater than 3. So even this one we can write in different ways, like df.age we can write it, or call of age we can write it, or df square brackets age. Okay, so three different ways we can write it. So first one is a df.filter, second one is a df.where. So this is how we can write in PySpark. So same thing, If you want to write in SQL way, so df.filter, and inside that we'll write within double quotes SQL code. Age is greater than 3. And similar way, df.where within double quotes age equal to 2. Okay, so now we'll see one more scenario, combining conditions with logical operators. So this is the thing we'll use most frequently in filter conditions. So you can filter based on multiple conditions using logical operators like and. So in PySpark, we had to use these symbols, not and. So this AND, OR, NOT, these things we'll use in SQL, but in PySpark, we need to use the symbol. And symbol is or symbol, and this not equal symbol. So these logical operators are particularly useful when filtering on multiple columns. Multiple columns, or you can say multiple conditions. So here this is undo symbol, that is and condition. This is or condition, and this is not condition. Now we'll see some examples based on this. So how to do filter condition, single filter condition. So df, our syntax is df dot filter, and inside that we need to write the condition. So here it coming, this whole thing is single condition. So that's why I mentioned single filter condition. So df of salary is less than or equal to 20,000. And here I given not equal to. So not equal to df of salary is less than or equal to 20,000. So this is single filter condition, and multiple filter conditions. Whenever you write multiple filter conditions, you can use these symbols and or and not equal. So here what how I'm doing multiple filter conditions is df dot filter, and inside that this is my first condition. So df of salary is less than or equal to 20,000. So that is my first condition. Second condition is df of salary is greater than or equal to 15,000. So in between I am giving and condition. So that means I need to satisfy both the conditions. One is I need to satisfy both the conditions, and one more is I want to filter the rows the within the range of 20,000 and 15,000. And one more is R condition. So that means this is first condition, and this is second condition. Since it is R, so I need to filter out like it should satisfy either of the condition. So either this condition or this condition. So next one more we can use it, not equal symbol that we already saw here. That is here, not equal to symbol we already see here. And one more thing, always wrap conditions in parentheses. Suppose whenever you're writing multiple conditions, so here starting and ending, so you wrap with parentheses. And here also second condition, starting and ending, you wrap with parentheses. And filter does row level filtering. That means row level it will do filtering. And filtering does not modify the original data frame. And filter by multiple conditions. So we already saw some conditions. So here I'm giving a few more conditions, like in PySpark how we can write, and SQL how we can write. So in PySpark we already saw this one, like df.filter. So inside that this is first condition and this is second condition, and between that I given undo. And here this is first condition and this is second condition, and in between I given or. So that means either of the condition should satisfy. And same thing how we can write in SQL. So df.filter, and inside that we are writing like starting and ending with a double quote. And my first condition is age is greater than 3, and say in SQL we'll write a and D. but in PySpark we need to write a symbol. So age is greater than 3 and name equal to Bob. Okay, so like this we'll write multiple conditions in SQL. Now we'll see what are the common mistakes we'll do while writing filter conditions. So the mistake is like if you see df.filter, so this is first condition and this is second condition. This whole thing is second condition. So here mistake is we missed parenthesis in first condition, starting and ending, and here also starting and ending. And one more thing is we should not write and for PySpark, we need to write and symbol here. So this is wrong way of writing and correct way is like this. Starting and ending parenthesis and starting and ending parenthesis in between and symbol we need to provide. Next is filter using column dot isin function. So the isin function is ideal when filtering based on set of values. This is similar to SQL's in operator. So you can efficiently filter multiple values within a single column. And this is useful for checking membership in a specific list or set. So here we'll see what it means. In PySpark, how I can write is df.filter and my column is this city column. So I want to filter the rows. Only the cities belongs to Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. So for that I given is in. That means in this particular column, I want to filter only the city values related to these three cities. And similar way, df.filter call of subject. That means this is column name dot is in, and we can write in list. So here I given string values, and here we can write inside list. So both are same. And one more is if you want other than these three cities, we can add not equal symbol at the starting. So what I will do, I will mention city and here also city. So here first I given not equal symbol. So what will happen? So whatever condition is here, that is not equal. That means in city column, it will give you the list other than these three cities. And similar way, this is equivalent to where condition we write in SQL. So in SQL, we'll write where city in condition in operator will write and we'll write some condition here. So this same thing is equal to this one. And next one is filter using the column dot between function. So here, suppose first we'll see in PySpark and df dot filter, and inside that, first we need to write the column, and for that column, we need to write dot between 2 comma 5. That means age column, it will filter only between 2 and 5. Maybe since this is age, no, I will give mention as 20, maybe 35 or 2030 between ages of 20 and 30. So next example is df.filter. I have load date column and here I'm giving dot between and I'm giving the range here, date range 2025 July to December. So that means in 2025 last 6 months of data I need to filter it out. So then we can use this one between, and this is equivalent to df.filter. First condition is, so whatever this one, no, between whatever this one is written, this is equivalent to this one. So that is my first condition is call of report date. This one, call of report date is greater than or equal to July 1. And second condition is report date is less than or equal to 2025 December 31st. And in between I given and. So that means my range is this one, July to December. So either you can write this way or you can write this way. And next one is filtering with starts with. So the starts with function is used to filter the rows where the value in a column starts with a specific substring. And this is similar to using like operator in SQL. So where there, how we write like, and we'll write this expression in this within single quote ABC percent. So that means first I need to start the characters with ABC, and after that it can be anything. So similar way it will work here also. So this will keep rows where the name column begins with a letter A. Suppose suppose instead of ABC, if I give capital A, then what it does is in that particular column, it will check for what are the values it starting with capital A. So after that, it can be anything. And this function is case sensitive. So it won't match lowercase a unless specified. So if you specify capital A and suppose in your column, the names are given with lower a, then it won't filter. So here the condition is this one, df dot filter df dot name dot starts with a. That means it will filter the rows where the name starts with a. So next one is filtering with ends with. So it is quite opposite to starts with. So remaining all same. So here we are writing first percent, then XYZ. So this will keep rows where the name column ends with SYN, such as Anderson Jackson. Suppose if you give like this, no, percent SYN, then for example, these types of names it will filter. See here at the end we have SYN, here we have SYN. So this is the syntax df dot filter and df of name dot ends with SYN. Next is null handling. Next is null handling. How we can do null handling is by using is null and is not null. So you can use is null and is not null to specifically filter rows based on the presence or absence of null values. Suppose if assume that in your data frame you want to filter only null values and non-null values, then we can write this function. So df dot filter and df of age dot is null, and one more is not null. Next one is filtering with like and or like for pattern matching. That means for pattern matching, PySpark provides the like and or like functions which work similarly to sequels like and regex operator. So this like is same in SQL also. Whatever we have or like, that is equivalent to regex operator in SQL and Python. So basic pattern matching with like. So this is helpful for simple wildcard filtering, such as filtering names that starts with a particular letter. So that means how we can do like is, I think we already discussed this like. So df dot filter and inside that df of name. So the name column It starts with a. So here I'm giving dot like, and starting I given capital A, and later I given percent. So that means the starting letter should be capital A and remaining can be anything. And regex pattern matching with R like. So use R like for more complex patterns as it supports regular expressions. Suppose names containing syn. So df dot filter, and here I'm giving df of name. That means in name column dot R like, and I given sun. So that means it is similar like here where I mentioned, yeah, this one, similar like this one. So here I try to show maximum syntaxes by using filter function. So you can keep this notebook or this syntaxes as cheat sheet for you. So whenever you work on filter conditions, you can refer this notebook, and you will find what are the different ways we can do filter. That means in filter, within filter, what are the different functions we can use, and you can do filter. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.